Hare Krishna. There's a very wonderful book called Śrī Hari-nāma Cintāmaṇi, and this was spoken directly by Haridāsa Ṭhākura and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. He helps us to understand by his commentaries. In that book, there are 3 types of inattentive chanting which is spoken about. We'll discuss the first one in this video. Inattentive chanting, the first type is called as Audāsīnya, or in English, apathetic chanting or indifference in chanting. What does that mean? Now see, what happens is, since we are there in this material world from time immemorial, naturally we don't have much taste for bhakti, but we have a lot of taste for material things around. Our absorption in material things is more as compared to chanting. And when it comes to taste for other things, naturally it is there, and so it is very natural to do other activities apart from chanting. When it comes to chanting, literally a person has to warm up and then start. But then when it comes to doing sense gratification, so natural. We have so much of taste for it. So in this indifference in chanting or apathetic chanting, basically is all about not having taste in chanting, no absorption in chanting. So naturally what happens is the person is inattentive and he does not want to be attentive also. Somehow finish the rounds. I'm sure all of us might have noticed this. One devotee was very nicely sharing. सुबह chanting होती है, दोपहर को chanting करते हैं और रात को करना पड़ता है. I'm sure all of us might have noticed this. The morning chanting that is there is much better than the chanting that we do at night. Especially after the office work or college or whatever. When we take our beats and say 10 rounds are remaining. We have just chanted 6 rounds in the morning. How do we chant those 10 rounds? Somehow we just want to finish it off. Somehow. That's called as indifference in chanting. And this is one of the inattentive chanting. Therefore, it's very important. What is the solution for this? To understand the solution is very important. If we know that we are finishing a round somehow, sometimes what happens is the Sakshi Mala that is there, that we pull it down. So when I pull it down and 16 rounds are over, so at that time suddenly we realize, oh, 16 rounds over. How did I complete my 16 rounds? And all these different things comes into picture because of this apathetic or indifference in chanting. Audāsīnya. So what is the solution? Solution is that we have to sit in a room, lock the doors, keep the eyes closed, put cotton in the ears. Basically, the external distraction that is there, that has to be reduced. And we should try our best to focus on the holy name. That is very important. In this Audāsīnya, what happens is, the person is not trying to focus only. He is just trying to finish his rounds, that's it. But actively focusing on the holy name is very important. And guess what? When someone struggles to actively focus on the holy name is very pleased with that devotee. Harinam Prabhu is very much pleased with that devotee. And mercy is showered, taste is bestowed onto that devotee. Therefore today when we are chanting, let's not get into Audāsīnya. Let's not be indifferent to this chanting. So every single mala that we are doing, every single round, let's try to be focused or at least struggle to focus. When we struggle to focus, yes, we'll receive the mercy. And if possible, we can always sit with those devotees who have taste for chanting and chant with them. If you don't get association physical, no problem, we can have online association. If that is also not there, at least remember those devotees mentally and take their association and chant the rounds. So let's not get into inattentive chanting called Audāsīnya. Hare Krishna.